It is Friday,
August 29th.
and the Yankees were in Chicago trying to make it 6 straight wins. Carlos Rodon back on the mound where it all began. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is Pinstripe Territory.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
All right. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Labor Day weekend to you and yours. First of all, got to give a shout out to the White Sox tonight. Their uniforms were kind of dope, but didn't help because the Yankees kicked their ass once again. 6 straight wins. Great combo in the booth tonight, by the way. The chemistry is great between Girardi and Ruocco. You know, Girardi is turning into a damn good announcer. He is a step ahead. His analysis is spot on. And Ruocco's got some of the best energy of anybody that we have in that booth. So I love that combination tonight. So good news, Yankees won in a blowout. We also had losses by the Blue Jays, Red Sox, Mariners, and Royals. So the Yankees gain some ground. You do some damage. And we are officially scoreboard watching. Now, it is time. The Yankees are ahead now of the Red Sox in the division and in the wild card, obviously. 3.5 back from the Blue Jays. Here is my dream for the weekend. Blue Jays and Red Sox continue to have a cold weekend. Yankees continue to beat up on the White Sox. Create a little bit of separation between yourselves and the Red Sox going into September. And put a little bit of pressure on Toronto. Now, the Yankees are going to Houston. That is going to be a fun series if the Yankees can manage to win some games. Not going to be easy. Houston's a good ball club. But you know what? We're going to find out what this team is made of. They have proven now that they can beat scrubs. You know, they handled the Nationals with ease. They have thus far demolished the White Sox in consecutive games. They're winning the games they have to win. They're beating the teams that they have to beat. But the schedule's about to get very, very difficult. Let's get to the recap.
Let's get it going.
So we're 3 back. Sorry, 3 back in the standings. The Yankees 75 and 60. Blue Jays 78 and 57. So I had to refresh the page. They didn't have the Yankees win on there yet. But Red Sox 3.5 back. So double steal for the Yankees in the first inning with nobody out. Judge and Grisham. Yankees loaded the bases with nobody out, but they only got 1 run. Ben Rice bounced into a double play. You don't get an RBI on that, but he did have an RBI single in this game. And that's where you want the home runs, right? With the bases loaded. Not solo shots, but to be continued on that. Ryan McMahon made a really nice play at third to end the second inning. It was a slow roller. He had to charge, he had to pick, he had to throw. Made it look a lot easier than it was. If he learns how to hit, he's going to be an extremely valuable player. Girardi was talking about this at length during the broadcast. His exit velocity when he makes contact is up there with Ben Rice. It's like 93.8 miles an hour. It's really, really good. Problem is that he doesn't make enough contact. So what I'd imagine the Yankees are going to do is, get him on that traject machine. I'm sure that he didn't have access to all the best equipment and stuff in Colorado. They might have, some stuff, but they're not going to have what the Yankees have, right? So I would imagine that the Yankees are going to get him on the traject. They're going to try and work with him to eliminate any holes in his swing, teach him to swing at better pitches. And if you can improve his contact rate by 10 or 15%, maybe pick up, a few more home runs, then he becomes like a 240 guy with, 25 home runs maybe next year. That would be nice. And great D at third base. Yankees lucked out in the bottom of the third inning. Runner on first, White Sox attempted to hit and run. I thought it was going to be the beginning of a rally when I saw the way the guy reached out and just he executed the hit and run perfectly on offense, but the base runner got hit by the ball, which means he's out. So that turned, potentially first and third, 1 out into runner on first with 2 outs. So that kind of stamped out a rally there. And then the Yankees just pulled away. Top of the fourth, they loaded the bases again. This time, Trent Grisham. All expenses paid. Complimentary beverage service included. No hidden fees. Free grand mustache ride.
Hey now, goodbye. Grand slam
It's a grand slam.
Grand slam for Trent Grisham. Home run number 28. He is having an insane year. We're going to talk more about him after we do the voicemails. We're going to take another look at his StatCast and so forth. White Sox got a run back in the fifth, but Rodon worked out of a jam. Top six, Jazz walked and then stole second base, so he's got a 25-25 season. It'll be pretty cool if he gets a 30-30 despite missing all that time. That'll be fun. That'll be something we remember. And it'll probably be good for his potential, contract extension. I think that's something the Yankees are probably considering. I think they like him. He's got some Didi Gregorius vibes in just like his energy. He gets a little bit weird with like his throws and stuff. Like he'll airmail balls from second base, and he can have his mental lapses, but he's a good player. He's a valuable player. The reason he's got a bunch of belts this year. He's had a lot of big hits too. But he seems like the type of guy that if he gets close to 30-30, I can see him getting stuck on 29 home runs, right? He's that kind of guy. He'll start trying to hit him, and when he's trying to hit him, he doesn't hit him. I remember Alfonso Soriano used to have the same problem. He got stuck trying to go 40-40 on 39 home runs. For like the last couple of weeks of the season, he was trying to get number 40. He didn't get there. Or he was trying to, maybe it was like 38. I think it was 39. But he didn't quite get there. And then he homered in the ALDS that year. As soon as the pressure was off to try and get 40. But anyway, Volpe knocked him in with a base hit up the middle to get the run back. Wells and Rice both tacked on RBIs. Rice becoming a very, very consistent hitter over the last several weeks. And then Volpe finally, perhaps, heating back up with home run number 19. Probably going to set a career high in home runs. Look, I just want him to be more consistent as a hitter and as a defender, and especially in big spots. I don't care what you do against the White Sox when it's already 8-1. I want to see him get 7 hits, 3 stolen bases, 5 RBIs in this Astros series. I want to see him get hot when it matters and help the Yankees win some games. That's what we want from Volpe, and that will help his confidence, helping the Yankees win in big spots. And you know what? If you help the Yankees win 2 out of 3 from the Astros, right, and you have a big series, maybe even all 3, let's not get our hopes up, but are on a win streak, and those can be strange things, especially late in the season. But if he gets hot and carries the Yankees a little bit in this Astros series, then guess what? His confidence is going to be high, and he's going to be getting more praise from the fans when he steps into the box and steps into shortstop in the biggest series of the year next weekend when the Yankees take on the Blue Jays. By the way, I want everybody who's here, everybody who's watching this, to come back for those games for the postgame. We're going to have a ton of fun. I'm going to try and get some guests. I'm going to see if we can get maybe Kratzy one of those days. We're going to have Jana on Tuesday, I think, or one of these Astros games from Babes. I'm going to try and get some people for the Toronto series. That'll be fun. Anyway, Volpe with the home run. He had a good day. Wells had a good day. Rodon was good. We'll talk about him in a minute. Yankees closing in on 8 players with 20 home runs. Insane. And guess what? That is 6 in a row for the first time this season.
We're going pregame! Wow, winning.
Ball game over. Yankees win. Yankees win.
All right, we got a couple of super chats. Xavier says, good 6-game win streak with a couple of fire emojis. Sure better than a 6-game losing streak. And then Xavier says, Trent Grisham needs to be re-signed for next season. He's going to get a nice contract. He's having a big year. He's having the proverbial contract year. We've seen this from countless players over the millennia, I guess. And baseball hasn't been around for millennia, but I guess it's still applicable in this millennia. We have seen guys have huge contract years. I mean, we saw it with Juan Soto last year. We've seen it with a number of guys. A-Rod, had a monster contract year in 2007. I guess it was the opt-out year. He had an opt-out year, and he opted out during the World Series that year. I remember maybe it was Game 4. But look, he's having a monster year. I don't think that they're going to re-sign him. I think that there are cheaper options available. But if Bellinger goes elsewhere, I can see the Yankees pivoting to bring Grisham back. I don't expect Grisham to sign until Bellinger signs. But anyways, time to give out the belt. Let's see here. Trent Grisham. If you hit a grand slam, you pretty much always get it. And for Grisham, that is belt number 7. He ties Carlos Rodon, tonight's starting pitcher, who had a very good night. And by the way, can someone please tell Camilo Doval how to pitch with an 8-run lead? We don't need to throw 8 or 9 pitches per batter at that point. We all just want to get the game over with. Throw it over the plate, let your defense go to work. But anyway, good night for Grisham. All right, so we got to talk about Mr. Carlos Rodon, who made his return to the place where it began, Chicago. He is your now league leader in wins with 15. I had him down for 8 strikeouts. Didn't quite get there. He got 5.
I've never been so wrong in my whole life.
Tonight was a type of night where you would have definitely got a rant on Rodon if he had sucked, because this is the White Sox here, and the Yankees offense was putting up runs, so we really needed him to give us a quality start, give the bullpen a little bit of rest. Thankfully, he did. 6 innings, 7 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Only had 7 swings and misses, but I felt like his best pitches came in his final couple of batters. Aaron Boone came out to the mound. You thought he was going to yank him, but he gave Rodon the opportunity to talk himself into it, and Rodon was able to do that. It's not the first time that has happened. Usually he gives up the hit, so I was thinking, oh, man, he's going to serve up a frickin' meatball right here, but he was able to throw some wicked pitches. Even Girardi, I think, mentioned the best slider he had thrown all night. He also threw a really good changeup. But ERA down to 3.18. The whip is actually up a tick. It was 1.07, but he gave up, again, 9 base runners in 6 innings, so it ticks up a little bit. 97 pitches, 58 strikes. And once again, he gets the win. Nice performance. All right, let's take a few voicemails here. All right, this one is about Judge.
Hey, Derek, this is Austin. So this call is about Aaron Judge. His last 30 games up to this point, still playing the game now, but his last 30 games up to this point, batting 198, he's got a 770 OPS, which means he's getting his walks, right? He's getting on base for guys to drive him in. So I'd almost rather see Judge not doing especially well and killing the ball right now. I'd rather see him get hot, toward the middle or end of September and take that into October. Or, worst case scenario, it's not the end of the world if he just keeps on doing what he's doing. And with the rest of the lineup, especially guys, Rice, Bellinger, Grisham, Jazz, hitting the ball and driving him in, that wouldn't be the worst possible thing imaginable. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Anyway, thanks.
You don't want everybody hot at the same time, because then everybody gets cold usually around the same time. Judge can carry you when he's red hot. And right now, he's cold. And hopefully he gets hot during these important games we got coming up. He usually hits the ball pretty well in Houston. He usually hits the ball pretty well against Toronto. I mean, he's got really good numbers against Kevin Gausman. I'm not sure how many home runs. But I think that if he can have a good homestand here, Toronto and Detroit, he can make some headway on that MVP race. It's looking like Cal Raleigh's the favorite right now, just the way that the reporters are talking about him. But, part of that is because Judge has fallen off a little bit. If Judge has a hot September, if Judge wins Player of the Month for September, let's say Judge hits 340 with 12 home runs in September and the Yankees win the division, it's a lock that Judge will win the MVP. So let's hope that happens. Let's talk a little bit about Trent Grisham. Here's Brian.
Man, how great has Grisham been this year? I know we talk about it here and there, but really, he's just been awesome. And what makes it kind of stink in a way is he was on the team last year, sitting on the bench during the during the World Series with the season on the line, while Verdugo's out there playing, stinking it up, not even on an MLB roster right now. Man, just incredible the mistakes these guys make time and time again. What? Yep.
I mean, it's infuriating when you see what he's doing and how little he was used last year. But, I mean, you look at his numbers over his career. This is a guy who hit 198 in 2023 and 190 last year. I mean, he's definitely reinvented his swing a little bit. The metrics are really good. But he's having a career year. 28 home runs, 836 OPS, both career highs. He's got 57 RBIs. He had 61 several years ago with San Diego. He's a .219 career hitter even with this year. But, again, for his career, he has not been good, but he's having a monster contract year. Let's take a look at his StatCast numbers. We've talked about this earlier in the week. He's in the 88th percentile of batting run value. The xWOB is good. The exit velocity is good, over 90 miles an hour. He squares up the ball. He doesn't chase. He's the best in the league at not chasing out of the zone. And when he does chase out of the zone, he crushes it. You know, he hit that home run the other day on a pitch that was a foot inside down the right field line at Yankee Stadium, and he's great at drawing walks. So 355 on base percentage. He has filled that leadoff spot admirably. Now it's cost, Dominguez some at bats because, when Judge can't play the outfield, you can't DH you have to put Giancarlo out there. Judge is DHing, and so that's you got to find a way to maximize your roster. And right now, Trent Grisham is swinging a bat to the point where you can't take him out. So it's cost Dominguez some at-bats. But, hey, it is what it is. If he wanted to play, he should have played better. Anyway, let's get to a quick word from our sponsor, Bilt, and then back to wrap it up.
Kratz, if you need to pay rent for your apartment and you're not getting anything for it, then you probably haven't heard of Bilt.
You have to pay rent every single month. Why not get some points that you can redeem for other things that are a lot more fun than paying rent, like flights, hotels, Uber rides?
That's right. And it doesn't stop there. Bilt is about making your entire neighborhood more rewarding. You can dine at your favorite local restaurants, and you can earn additional points with VIP treatment at certain fitness studios. And you can also enjoy exclusive experiences that are just for Bilt members. They announce them every month. Bilt is turning a monthly expense into an opportunity to earn rewards and discover the best that your neighborhood has to offer. Your rent is finally working for you, and you can earn points on rent and around your neighborhood wherever you call home by going to joinbilt.com/foul. That's joinbilt.com/FOUL. Make sure to use our URL so they know that FT sent you. Get after it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So it is Labor Day weekend, and the Yankees actually will not play on Labor Day on Monday, but they do have a night game tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Okay, here's the thing that happened. I was cleaning up my office today, and I spilled this huge thing of catnip, and I forgot to clean it up, and now I've got a cat back here that is, I wish you could see, just going berserk, just rolling all through it, and it's fun. So I'm going to deal with that, but I hope you guys are having a great weekend and that you get your rest and relaxation, all that good stuff. I'll be here for the games tomorrow and Sunday. We're going to have TK on Sunday. And one more time, Yankees win.
Ball game over. Yankees win. Yankees win.
Steve-O says the next 4 series will be a postseason preview. We're going to have some real postseason vibes here over the next several weeks. That's going to be fun. I can't wait. Let's hope that the Yankees are able to actually win some games and play some good baseball. Otherwise, it's going to be a long couple of weeks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this content, please hit that like button and subscribe. Check out NYYDesigns.shop for some great merch. Support our sponsors. It helps keep the show going. And you can find us on all major audio platforms, so be sure to subscribe there too. But most importantly, come back again soon. We'll see you next time.